Hello, Frugal fans. Once again, this is Captain Frugal, and I'm reviewing my stash to save you cash. And today I'm reviewing Miss Marvel Point 1. Hello, Frugal fans. Now let's take a look at the all-new Miss Marvel Point 1. It was written by G. Willow Wilson and the art by Adriana Alfina, and this can be purchased a little differently. This is purchased through the all-new Marvel Now Point 1 issue, or through a back, as a back issue. It can also be purchased digitally that way, or be purchased in the first trade of Miss Marvel. Alright, now this story is a much shorter story than the full issue, so the review shouldn't take very long. This book starts off with Kamala in what appears to be a dump, where there is, right off the bat, an incorrect statement about trash made by Kamala. She thinks that trash never goes away, but it builds up, and where we don't look. And that's, once again, one of those kind of statements they got to throw in a comic, but yet science doesn't back it up. Now, things do break down, it just takes time. So the truth is that it breaks down and gives us useful energy and becomes the building blocks of what is made of other useful materials. So if you're going to tout at us in a book about science, at least get science right. So please quit pandering. Alright, next section, Kamala is fighting this robot dinosaur type of monster while in that junkyard. And while in a fight, her mother calls her, and she's mad at her because she's missed the pre-wedding ceremony. The series seems like it has taken common elements from Spider-Man as he deals with everyday issues like Peter Parker does. So that's sort of cool. Kamala then runs off, telling the robot to tell the inventor to stay out of New Jersey, which she fought earlier in issue 5. Next, Kamala goes to the Circle Q to change, where she has her friend. Next, she runs to the party where her mother confronts her and, of course, is not happy with her and grounds her. Once again, we can see the Peter Parker type of thing here. And we also see the same exact kind of thing in the Robin series with Tim Drake. So this is nothing really groundbreaking, but it's an interesting concept, but it gets a little bit of attention there. And that really is all that's in that issue. So let's look at some of the pros and cons. The pros, there's a fight scene. That's a little interesting. And the art's pretty good. And the characters in this issue segment stay in character. And sometimes when you get a book with combined stories and different writers and possibilities, things like that, the characters don't always stay in character. But now let's look at some of the cons. First of all, stop trying to make political statements in books. I understand making statements and make things good and all, but this series has been beating you over the head with statements. And be certain, and if you're not certain you know what you're talking about, for example, like trash and decomposition, maybe you shouldn't mention it. So try to keep personal politics out of a book, especially if you aren't going to get the science right. And the character issues that are praised in the media and reviews about this book, about, it's a teenage character from her view and all that, it's really nothing new. That has never been done before. I mean, this has been done many times. So it tends to make me scratch my head and be like, why does this book get so special reviews? I mean, if you don't trust me, look for it for yourself. Look back at older issues for the first 100 issues, for example, or even farther in Amazing Spider-Man. You'll see these kinds of things before. Robin, for DC, started him as a youth and had him grow and progress, and he had a lot of these very same issues. The religion issue is a little bit different of aspect of it, but to be fair, a lot of these issues and things this book gets praised for, it really doesn't deserve it for. I'm not saying it makes it a terrible book, it's just saying it gets much, much, much more credit than what it probably deserves. So with that said, this book really didn't give a whole lot this section. It's a very short section anyway. It's not made to be a whole book, but I'm grading 0.1 anyway. And as I said, nothing groundbreaking. The fight seems decent, but otherwise, once again, smack you in the face with ham-fisted political comments that were completely factually wrong. And so therefore, I can give this book only a C-. Just like to take a moment to say thank you again for watching our reviews. Much appreciated. We really appreciate you spending time and value in these. If you did enjoy this, please be sure to join the Frugal Force and hit like and subscribe. And you can see more of our reviews and our podcast at thehenchmanslounge.com. You can also follow me on Twitter at Captain Frugal. So, until next time, keep it frugal.